Bong Joon-Ho was born in 1969 in South Korea. He is a filmmaker who began gaining popularity after the success of the movie Parasite, which won numerous awards in 2019. His father was an artist, and his grandfather was a well-known author. After graduating in sociology, at the age of 21, he began studying film at the Korean Academy of Film Arts. There, he worked on several projects for his graduation, standing out with one in particular, Memories in the Frame and Incoherence. These films earned him invitations to festivals in Vancouver and Hong Kong. Let's review his filmography. In the 90s, he joined a group of film enthusiasts and lovers, the Yellow Door Club. Many of these members ended up realizing their dreams and making a living in the film industry, either as directors, producers, or scriptwriters. Like every great director, his life changed when he bought his first video camera, a Hitachi Model 8200. With it, he not only filmed his first short film, but also got many part-time jobs, such as being a cameraman at weddings or birthdays. In 1994, he directed several short films that did not achieve much recognition, but they were a great inspiration for his colleagues, especially one called Looking for Paradise, filmed by himself using the stop-motion method, where a gorilla doll and a caterpillar live a particular story. Then, in 1997, he participated in his first feature film, Motel Cactus, a movie divided into 4 episodes, each telling a different story, but all set in the same hotel room, a style reminiscent of Babel. However, he was only involved as a screenwriter.
너 자꾸 비벼라 더 아프니까 그냥 물을 씻어내기만 해.
정말 너무하고 죽겠어.
In 1999, he once again worked as a screenwriter for Phantom, the Submarine, a film about Korea's first nuclear submarine and its mysterious crew embarking on a do-or-die mission in the depths of the Pacific. At 31 years old, in 2000, he made his directorial debut with Barking Dogs Never Bite, a movie he both wrote and directed. The story follows Yoon-ju, an unemployed academic living with his pregnant wife in a typical Korean apartment complex. The film subtly critiques societal pressures and urban life in Korea. In 2003, Bong released his first major work, Memories of Murder, based on the true story of South Korea's first known serial killer. The film follows a group of detectives desperately trying to catch the culprit. What makes this movie particularly fascinating is that when it was released, the real murderer had yet to be identified. The final scene, in which the protagonist stares directly at the audience, was a haunting appeal to the unknown killer, who, in 2019, was finally identified and later admitted that he had watched the film but felt absolutely nothing. Memories of Murder was a massive critical and commercial success, earning numerous awards, especially in South Korea. In 2006, Bong released another major film from his own script, The Host, a horror fantasy story about a monstrous creature emerging from Seoul's Han River and attacking people. A victim's devoted family does everything possible to save her from the beast's clutches. In 2008, he directed a segment for the anthology film Tokyo, which consists of 3 short stories by different directors. One of Bong's contributions stands out for its unsettling and bizarre nature, a signature trait in much of his work. In 2009, he released Mother, a psychological thriller about a widow fighting to prove her son's innocence after he is accused of murdering a young girl. The film was highly praised by critics and reinforced Bong's reputation for crafting socially charged narratives. It received numerous awards and performed well at the box office. In 2013, Bong ventured into science fiction with Snowpiercer, an adaptation of a French graphic novel. The film takes place in a post-apocalyptic future where a failed climate change experiment has wiped out most life on Earth. The last survivors live aboard a perpetually moving train where a rigid class system has formed. Since this was an adaptation, Bong had limited creative freedom compared to his previous projects. The story was later adapted into a TV series in 2020, which ran for 3 seasons, but it was canceled due to low success. And if you are wondering why all the movies are produced by CJ Entertainment, this mega-stock conglomerate is amazing. It was born in the 1950s under the name Cheoljadong. Producing sugar and flour, it was part of the well-known Samsung. Then it started to manufacture milk and cooking oil. By the 1970s, it had become a composite food company. In the 1990s, it separated from Samsung and ventured into the pharmaceutical industry. Finally, at the beginning of the new century, it established itself in the entertainment industry. By 2017, with greater recognition and industry connections, Bong co-produced a film with American producers for Netflix, Okja. The story follows Mika, a young girl living in the remote mountains of Gangwon, who embarks on a dangerous journey to New York City to save her best friend, an enormous genetically engineered pig named Okja, from the hands of Mirando Corporation, a company that wants to turn it into meat. Along the way, she receives help from animal rights activists fighting against the corporation's plans. A fun fact, Jake Gyllenhaal plays a rather eccentric scientist in the film.
Wants to eat him up. See everybody.
At 50 years old, Bong reached the pinnacle of his career in 2019 with Parasite. The film won the Oscar for Best Picture, triumphing over strong contenders like Joker, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 1917, and The Irishman. It also won Best International Feature, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay at the Academy Awards, along with victories at the Golden Globes and BAFTA Awards.
And the Oscar goes to Parasite.
Whoa! Whoa! Exciting.
Bong Joon-Ho. Parasite. Bong Joon-Ho.
And the Oscar goes to Parasite.
Parasite tells the story of a poor family that infiltrates the lives of a wealthy household through an elaborate scheme of lies and deception. One by one, they secure jobs within the wealthy family's home, until a dark secret hidden within the house turns everything upside down. The film features many of Bong's signature elements: duality, with 2 families from vastly different social backgrounds, rain as a narrative device, such as when a storm floods the poor family's home, leaving them with nothing, just as rain signals the killer's attacks in memories of murder. Interestingly, in real life, the murders were not actually tied to rainy days, but Bong added this detail for dramatic effect. The theme of duality also appears in the detectives. One is calm, analytical, and methodical, while the other is impulsive, practical, and more intuitive. Both films also share a strong social critique. Memories of Murder is set during South Korea's military regime, highlighting the corruption and brutality of law enforcement, while Parasite reflects economic inequality and the struggles of the working class in a country facing an employment crisis. Like every director, he has his favorite actor, Kang-ho. The actor who plays Ki-tak in Parasite. He has worked alongside Bong Joon in 4 of his 7 films and in a leading role. They have maintained a great friendship for more than 20 years. Six years after Parasite, Bong is set to release his latest film, Mickey 17, starring Robert Pattinson. This sci-fi comedy follows Mickey, a disposable worker on a human expedition to colonize the frozen world of Niflheim. When one version of Mickey dies, a new one is regenerated with most of his memories intact. However, when Mickey 17 unexpectedly survives a mission and comes face to face with his next iteration, chaos ensues. With over 25 years in the film industry, Bong Joon-Ho has paved the way for new talent and helped bring Asian cinema to Western audiences. Some of the movies are hard to get, and if you are interested in watching them complete, I leave them in the archives in the description. If you enjoy these types of videos analyzing directors' filmographies, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Let us know in the comments which director you'd like us to cover next. See you in the next video.
Our great Martin Scorsese. So